I know all of us wanted to do always a good thing, always something right. I don't believe anybody in this world wants to do something wrong. I never met people like this. Oh, I want to do something mean. I want to do something wrong. Nobody, even a terrorist, thinks that he or she is doing something right. The intention is not questioned. Everybody wants to do right. And so me too. I wanted to do something right. But whatever I'm doing is not that often that I have a choice in my life. And so many people do amazing things in their life because they know and they can. And they have abilities and skills and wisdoms and knowledge to do. But I don't, honestly, I don't. So I struggle a lot in my life. And my grandparents, when they were aging, so they finally decided only for me now to find a place, a safe place and safe home is sent to monastery. So the monastery was always to look at anath ashram for us. There's only the poor kids will send. Of course, there are like 3 different categories. I took at least 2 different categories I took. Some, they go to the monastery like His Holiness the Dalai Lama and other great things because they are enlightened being. But there's another category like me, because we are not the great beings. But I often describe this as in a Western version that I'm going to mental hospital. And I need to heal. I need to do a lot of work to transform myself, to heal myself. So I was in that category, not in a higher category. So my grandparents tried to convince me to go a monk. I was 6 or 7 years old, and I just didn't want to, because number one, I'm really remote, and I found my grandparents loving and very supportive, and I don't want to separate from them at such a young age. And then being at a border community, every day almost we see the helicopter, chopper flying. And my grandmother said, you know, if you become monk, you will get helicopter ride. I said, there you go. I'm ready. I'm ready, send me to the monastery, I want a helicopter ride. Because I look at this, what is this? You know, I saw helicopter before car or trucks or bus. So I said, wow. So that's how you become a monk, you get a helicopter ride. I said, send me to monastery. So that was one reason why I became a monk. So not to become enlightenment, and not to become an awakened one, just to get a helicopter ride. Very simple. One thing that, as a being very difficult child, I tried to commit suicide 3 times in my life when I was young, and I didn't succeed. Only reason I didn't succeed was here's my disturbing emotion versus love. Love has always been a much more powerful than any disturbing emotions, any anger, any hate, anything in your life. I was saved that. And through all my struggles, my grandparents has a one wish before they died. They asked me, reason, the one expectation from you, Lobsang, is to become human being. In our tribal language, they say so beautiful. For me, one goal from my grandparents' expectations is to become human being. And that was their goal. So they sent me to the monastery to become a human being. When I went to the monastery, become a monk in a very young age, and I continued to be really naughty, I think so. So one day, one of my senior monks, my mentor, he took me to one of the really senior guru, and he said, Lobsang, you really need to get some advice from him because I can't do anything. I cannot help you, you know. But now let's go to this more wise monk, and we will get some advice from him. Then maybe that will help you to change or heal. So he started talking. I was just listening, and he said, you know, Lobsang is very naughty. And the older monk, wise monk, said, amazing. I felt like, wow. I got like a star, bing, you know, like, wow, amazing. And he said, he's not interested in any, like, you know, meditation and chanting and prayer. And he said, amazing. So I got 2 stars. I said, wow. And he said, he has a lot of problem, anger. Anger is the biggest problem. And he said, amazing. I said, wow. So I'm not interested in prayer, meditation, study. I'm amazing. I'm really naughty. I'm amazing. And then I'm so angry. Always I fight with the little monks. And I'm still amazing. So that was something I found in my life as being all like, wow. All I do is an amazing thing, actually. So I was all doing right now, And, but the thing is, this is like, long story short was, we complain, we go and complain to our teachers, our challenges and everything. It was somehow that older monk, he called me later and said, sit here and let's talk. What's happening in your life? So I started explaining about my frustration, my life, and that was one of the first lessons that he taught me about samsara. And in the Tibetan language, we call it korwa, samsara. He explained to me definition, according to him, for my level, is samsara is something like sitting on a needle top, sitting on a needle. And he said, all of us in samsara, so it means all of us are sitting on a needle. So all of us has a little pain in our butt. So first thing is you need to accept that. We all are, nobody is 100% happy or content because we are in samsara, we are sitting on a needle point. There's a two-way you can do, but one thing you never should do is try to adjust, So he said, I'll tell you easy one later. The first one is never try to adjust. Just happy. Be happy with that pain, that little bit, pinch or whatever this is, If you adjust, it's gonna get deeper and deeper and deeper. And it never works that way. So that is, he says, second thing, never do this. So what I find is, Lobsang, you're trying to adjust that on a needle. So you're sitting on a needle, you can't really adjust. Just sit there. Stillness, calm, with acceptance. Just sit there. And it's okay. It's not that bad. You think it's so bad. It's not that bad. Oh, that is the one that he says you should never do. Okay, I got number 7. Thank you for saying this. In there, my teachers helped me to really find a purpose in my life. And this is what they always talk in a monastery, the meaningful life. They never taught me how to become successful. Success word often doesn't exist there. They talk about finding a meaning in your life, finding a purpose in your life. And they also teach you that purpose is not noun, it's a word. You keep doing, you keep doing. Oh my goodness, I got success and I'm gonna retire. But in a purpose, you never achieve. Whatever you do is a purpose. You find a purpose, it's a word. You keep doing, you never get retired. It's like Jesus never retired, so Buddha would never retire, or all amazing people would never retire, because they have a purpose. They are not looking for success, they are not looking for achievement. Achievement, success is a noun. Just get it, happy, retire, vacation in Thailand, or something like that. So great, amazing people never go for vacation. So for me, it was taught as a young monk, as a journey of healing. They taught me how to heal myself, is find a purpose in my life, find a meaning in my life. And I'm still on that journey of healing. And my teacher said, the needle on your butt is a reminder. Sometimes you get so happy and you forget that you have a needle on your butt And he said, hey, let's go for a party, don't care about the world and just enjoy. He says, just touch your butt and remind you that you have a needle in your butt, And so the pain you have in your life, the struggle that you have in your life is a good reminder, is a reminder of mindfulness in whole your life. It's not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing. Continue with this. So with that journey, I, of course, connected to what is being like an orphan, growing up in a monastery, not having, I never get an opportunity to use the word dad or mom. And sometimes I still at this age, I feel a little kind of empty, I often cry when I see the great parents with the children, and you miss that, you miss that. And way to somehow to satisfy my own wants, I started doing this with the children who doesn't have a parents like me. And doing that has been one of the greatest healing for my life. And it also makes my butt much better with the needle. So it always gives me energy to go. And because, again, I said, it's not I'm doing because I'm a smart, I know how to do it, and I can. No, it's just I need to heal myself. And this is my story, a journey of healing. So I kind of thought a lot about this, There's kids like me. If I'm in a big cities like Mumbai, I would end up in a jail. If I had been in America, I would end up in jail. And when I was starting to think about this children's community, children's village, Garden of Love and Compassion, my American friends asked me, why you are not doing this in America? I said, I would be put in a jail because they're going to ask me what degree you have and experience and smart money, da-da-da. I said, I want to go to somewhere that nobody will care. If I do right, nobody will care. I do wrong, nobody will care. So most people even cannot come to that. My community is a 3-day journey from Guwahati. Most people have no time, so which I'm really happy. So I just do things my thing, and people like me, I need that. I'm not, again, honestly, I don't know what I'm doing, and I just needed to heal. So anyway, my own experience, it took whole monastery to help me to embark on this journey of becoming human and finding a purpose. I create so much problem in my life. When my grandparents sent me a monastery, a monk, my village got together and they celebrate. It was like a Diwali, Now, honestly, I'm not joking. And today, at this age, one of the hardest things in my life is going back to my village. So whenever I reach to my village, I just kind of cover my head and I pretend I don't see people. Because whenever I go back to my village, we started talking about, you remember you broke my window? Do you remember you killed my chicken? Just let it go, let it go. Don't tell this story, no, honestly. And they celebrated, and people thought, what kind of Diwali is this? They're celebrating and this little terrorist is gone, we are happy. No, literally, I'm not joking. This is what happened. How naughty and bad I was. So it took so many people to hear. So I thought about that. How could I help so many Lobsangs there? It takes whole family to raise and nurture a child, but it takes whole community to support that family. It's not easy. It's not easy raising children, it's not easy. So I come with this community, and there's the philosophy behind this is a big, but I just want to summarize this. And 2 minutes is gone?
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, really? Oh, okay. So I'm ready for hug then. Ready for hug then. So let's see. I call it regrowing human community. And reason I call this, we always say building community. It's not building. Building is something you do with infrastructure. The regrowing human community and human spirit, it is what I feel is so important. And that takes the human to actually involve their hearts. It requires heart more than mind to regrow human community. Building community infrastructure maybe requires more mind, but it requires a heart. And so we create this a community which that it has a legal entity. We have to register as a society. We do ask money and But one thing we make, what we call it, is a place for a transformation. It's a place of transformation for both adults and children. And things like we would never fire a people when the staff or adults when they do wrong. We will treat them like the way we treat our children. If our children break our expensive, pot, you will not fire. Say, fire, you broke my $1,000 flower pot, fire, or something like that. So we decided, we went back to the tribal village. I said, we want to regrow tribal community. You will never fire. You never fire people when they do wrong. But as a child, for children when they do wrong, they're struggling, every family gets together, community get together, we support them to, grow. So same thing we do with the adults. And another thing is, I see, so why we call it is regrowing the human community is so much in the modern things that we do is we use. So I think about I'm really selfish in a way that I give the best part of my life when I'm young. I can go and run and do and give to this community, and it's selfish. And then when I reach to 60, 70, people will say, "You're too old. Can you retire now?" And where I'm gonna go? Where I'm gonna go? But tribal community never started that way. When you go to the tribal communities, you will see, as you get older, you get more respect. And it is true, you get more respect. But in a modern human society, as you get old, you put in a senior citizenship, whatever, senior, whatever you call it, put it. And we have a so inhuman way of dealing with our human, and we didn't like it. So we say, as you grow older, that everybody who serves there, and we will always live in that community, and we will complete the whole circle. You from child to the age to the death, and you just kind of complete that and learn those things from our ancestors, our real human tribal community. Not come up with this smart idea which is totally based on capitalism. Just saying we use human as a product. Okay, new, really nice, throw it, I want to buy a new piece. And this is not how we should treat. But really what I like to share is this is how it had me heal and do something important in my life, whatever I believe that close to my heart, because whole community, I remember my whole community getting and discussing about when I do something wrong. And it requires so much people's love and support to really kind of help a single person. So I think I want to stop here.
I want to go hug you.
Sorry.
Thank you.
Too long.